Hey Power Youth, we're on day 4 of our 5-day, 5-minute resurrection devotions. And today, I want to talk to you about Peter. Peter was one of the 12 disciples. He was close to Jesus. He walked with Jesus. He knew Jesus. He was a part of Jesus' ministry. But not everyone is perfect. Peter also made mistakes. After Jesus died on the cross and he was in the tomb, Peter actually disowned knowing Jesus. 3 times people recognized him and they knew that he walked with Jesus. And yet when they asked him, he denied it. He never fessed up to being close to Jesus, to being one of the disciples. But what's crazy is that Jesus knew this was going to happen. Jesus actually told Peter before the crucifixion, he let him know that he was going to deny him. He let Peter know that 3 times he was going to deny knowing Jesus. And Peter was like, no, that's not going to happen. I would never deny knowing you. Never. He said I would die before that happened. And yet Jesus knew exactly what was going to happen. Jesus knew the truth. None of us are perfect. I'm not perfect. You're not perfect. Our mom, our dad, our neighbors, even the person that seems like they have it all together, they don't. No one is perfect. Even Peter showed us, different people in the Bible have shown us that nobody is perfect. But Jesus knows that. Jesus knows all the mistakes we've done. Before he died on the cross, he knew the future. He knew how we were going to sin. He knew how we were going to choose other things over him. He knew how we would reject him. He knew how we would go days, months, years without knowing him. He knew everything. He knew we were going to mess up. And yet he still chose to die on the cross for us. He chose to shed his blood for our sins. You can imagine him on the cross, bleeding out, in pain, suffering, but thinking of you. Doing it because it's worth it. You made this worth it. You are so special. You are so important, and you were born with a purpose. Jesus knew that you aren't perfect. Jesus knew that. God knows that. And yet Jesus still chose to die on the cross to be that sacrifice for you. He loves us so much, and no matter how many times we mess up, he still believes in us. No matter how many times we run away from him, no matter how many times we reject him, he still has a plan for our lives. Better yet, he still believes in you. No matter what happens, no matter what you've done in the past, know that Jesus already knew that was going to happen. So don't let any mistake, don't let any sin keep you from the amazing plan that God has for you. Jesus died on the cross so we could be saved, so we could be healed, so we could have peace, and so we could be free. Just like he told Peter, you're going to deny me, you're going to disown me. He knows exactly what to tell us, how we're going to mess up, how we're going to sin. But he doesn't hold it against us. We can let go of our sin. We can ask for forgiveness, and we can be free from it. We don't have to allow guilt to keep us down. We don't have to allow our sin to keep us away from God and his love for us. Today, let's ask God for forgiveness. Today, let's come before him joyfully, knowing that he loves us through it all. Knowing that he forgives everything that we ever done, every mistake that we've made, every sin that we committed. And let's come before him wanting the plans that he has for our lives. Because he knows us. He knows us. He knows our failures, but he also knows what we're able to accomplish. He believes in you, and he loves you so much. Don't let sin keep you from him and the great things that he has for you.